What is up, swimmers and swimmers? It is day 7 on this Saturday morning of the 2023 World Championships. I'm Coleman Hodges, and I'm here with you to make this journey through this entire 8-day meet. Thank you for being here with me. If you are here, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm in Austin, Texas, in the United States. It is just about to be 6 a.m. here where I am. Let me know what time it is where you are. I'm just generally curious. I want to know where you're coming from, wherever you're coming from. Thanks for tuning in today. It's been a long World Championships. These meets, it never it amazes me how long these meets are. But you know what? It's a lot of really good swimming, and I think today will be no exception. Today is the last day we will have semifinals, and then tomorrow will be the last day of the competition with only final swims. Um, to get you caught up on prelims from this morning, we had women's 50 free prelim. Sarah Sjostrom top seed at 23.9. Shayna Jack throwing down at 24.0. Abby Weitzel from the U.S. is 24.2. Zhang Yufei, Michelle Coleman, Anna Hopkin, Merritt Steenbergen, Emma McKeon, Kasha Wasik, Julie Jensen, Naza Klankar, Valerie Van Roon. Gretchen Walsh was 13th for the U.S. at 24.8. Marie Wattel, Frida Osman, and Yuji Chang tied for 15th at 24.86. So that's your women's semifinal for the 50 free, which we'll see tonight. Men's 50 back prelims. Justin Rest is top seed at 24.1. Hunter Armstrong is third seed at 24.4. Then we've got Apostolos Christo is second seed. Xavier Mashuk is fourth. Ole Braunschweig fifth. Zhu Jiayu of China and Isaac Cooper tied for sixth. Thomas Checone's in there. And we've got some other players as well. We'll see that semi as well. Women's 50 breast, Benedetta Pilato, the only woman to crack 30 in the prelims. She was 29.6. Lily King of the U.S. is third at 30.0. Lydia Jacoby of the U.S. is 11th at 30.4. Tatiana Schoenmacher got in there for 14th, but scratched, letting her South African teammate Laura Van Niekerk, who was 17th out of prelims, sneak into that semifinal. I'm confident we'll see her have a better swim. It looked like she had a bad start in prelims, so hopefully she'll have a better swim in semis. We had the mixed 400 free relay. Australia looks primed to break their own world record of 319.38. U.S. second seed, Italy's third, Britain fourth, and Canada fifth. I'd say those are your medal hopeful teams. Canada has looks strong on the men's side, and then they've got Maggie McNeil and Mary Sophie Harvey for the women. So we'll see what they've got in the tank. But I'd say Britain, Italy, U.S., and Australia are the medal favorites, with Australia being the heavy gold favorite. And finally, we had the men's 1500 prelim. Saw Bobby Fink drop a 14.43.0 for top seed. He'll be in the middle of the pool tomorrow night. Dan Whiffen, Ahmed Afnawi, Lucas Martins, Michaela Romanchuk, Sam Short, Christoph Razovsky, and David Aubry of France is your top 8. You might notice we left out. We know that Greg Paltrinieri is already back in Italy. He scratched out of the meet after saying that he wasn't really physically prepared for the pool swimming. But the biggest surprise was Florian Wellbrock swimming for 20th, 15:10.33. So he looked to be in great form, winning the 10K and the 5K at this meet. And then he made the final of the 800 free. Is that right? But he certainly did not look on form in the pool. He totally missed out. Sorry. So he got 9th in the prelims of the 800 free. So he just missed that final by 7/100ths. So he looked to be on somewhat, at least somewhat on form, but he just missed that final spot in the 800. But then in this mile, something happened, and it was not happening for him. We've got Tyler Finwick in the house. What's up?
Yo, bud. How are you?
You've just been a stalwart for us.
Yeah,
I appreciate you showing up.
I've been having fun, man.
I'm glad.
You don't get Worlds every week, and it's early in the morning here. Who would I rather be hanging out with than Melvin and Coleman?
We got gold medal Mel here. We've got some exciting swims today.
Yeah, we do.
So I was just talking about this. Florian Wellbrock was 20th in the 1500 prelim. 15:10. That was a pretty big surprise. He just missed the 800 final, but it was by 7/100. So that seemed more of like he just kind of misfired a little in prelims. But this was a significant lead off his best time swim after looking really on form in the open water. I'm curious if you guys have thoughts about that one.
10K wears you out, buddy. I will tell you that. Like I've had a lot of swimmers swim 10Ks, 25Ks, and you get them back from a 10K, and you basically just have them float for a week. Mentally, it's exhausting. Physically, it's exhausting. And I've got to wonder, throwing a 10K even though there was separation between the two, that may be a play here.
Just while we're starting off this morning, did you guys watch seen the results of the U.S. Pro Championships? Paying attention?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brooks Curry's 200-meter freestyle. The 146.
Yeah, that's really good.
He went. It is really good. He went faster than that at trials.
I mean, that was just like
in the B final.
In the B final, he went faster than a 146.2.
He didn't go 146.2.
Hang on. Then I was like, I'm looking at the results. Is that wrong?
That's what the winner went.
Excuse me, 146.81. So what was he at trials in the B final?
And
I thank you, Coleman, for watching B finals.
Well, I was there. That's what we were doing.
That's messing with you, man.
I'm pulling it up right now. He won the B final in 146.39 at U.S. trials.
Brooks Curry. There's some pretty good swims to pro swim. All right. We had
Brooks Curry. Hold on. Notably, Brooks Curry is leaving LSU.
Yep.
Where's he going?
He didn't say yet, but his sister did leave bear emojis in the comments of his departure post on Instagram. So, it looks like Cal. Looks like Cal. We know that Durden was his coach during the Olympics. During
that would make sense.
So it seems like he might be going to Berkeley. Oh wow, we got a who in the water right now.
Yeah, we
got two Americans in the water right now. 50 women's 50 fly is happening, people. We're just talking about U.S. Pro Championships.
No, wait, you're way ahead of me. They're just in the water right now on my screen.
Okay, well, I'm 10 or 15 seconds ahead. That seems like what's
24-7-7. Sarah Sjostrom for the gold. Walsh gets on the podium with a bronze.
Way to go, Gretchen.
Nice.
That's fantastic. She's got a quick turnaround here. She's got the 50 free too.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, look how hyped Sarah Sjostrom is, as she should be. 24:77. That's a great time. I wish that's awesome. That's so good to see her that excited. Someone who's like such a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's so decorated. to get that excited. Good for her. Once again, I am shocked. Like, she's this excited about 24/77. How on earth did she go 24/4? Like, that just seems otherworldly to me. Like, that might be the most underappreciated world record in the books.
Yeah, that's flying.
Because I don't think
I wish we could get these events in the Olympics. These are fun.
We should not have added the mixed medley relay. We should have added 50s of stroke.
Yeah, no, on the Olympic stage, we should know who the fastest on Earth, we should know the fastest swimmer on Earth in each stroke. That's kind of that's a layup.
Yeah.
I mean, in track, the biggest event lasts 9 seconds. Like,
right.
I think it'd be great to add the 50s of stroke.
And if we're addressing the elephant in the room, everyone's always trying to figure out how to continue to make the Olympics and each sport relevant. Gretchen 25:46.
Holy moly! This is the medal podium. Sjostrom 4.7, Zhang Yufei 5.0, Walsh 5.4. So there's 0.7 between Sarah Sjostrom first and Gretchen third. That's how dominant Sarah Sjostrom is in this event. Sorry. Good. Yeah, Mel, go ahead.
My ego's a little bruised. I never went past. I never dipped into a 24 in my entire career. Couldn't had no speed. It was great final. Great way to wake up this morning. Yesterday, I was working on about 4 hours sleep.
Oh.
And today,
got 7 last night. We're a little fresher this morning.
Nice. I was up at 3:45, and then our daughter came into the room, and I never go back to sleep like once I'm up, and I did this morning. So I woke up around 6:30, and I'm feeling good. Just checked in for my flight to California tomorrow.
Heck yeah. That's exciting.
We have a good question. What are our opinions on the choice for the mixed medley relay?
In my opinion, they should always start with Reagan Smith, always do Fink, then decide between female and male on fly, ideally male on fly. Well, you would never put a male on freestyle long course. We've seen it work short course before, but I would never put a male on freestyle long course. I think it depends on the field. I think Ryan Murphy and Nick Fink have been a very dependable 1-2 on that relay. But, I think if we went Reagan, Fink, and Dare at this meet, we hadn't seen Dare swim the 100 yet, but we kind of knew he was on form. I think that would have been a great lineup also.
Mixed medley relay.
No thoughts, Mel.
No. I feel like the mixed medley. My opinion is you want clean water at the World Championships and the Olympic Games. You want clean water. I just think just the memory of swimming in the pool and how wavy it was. Once you got behind, you really started to panic. It was hard to stay in the hunt. You had to. So I just feel like in the mixed medley relay, you got to go male, male, female, female. And I know that we had the math discussion before, but I just think that's always.
I think it's always the safest bet.
It is the safe bet.
Especially in the U.S. where we normally have the depth in breaststroke and backstroke.
NBC Peacock just played the swim off showing Held winning. I don't know. Did you guys see that race?
I did not. I did not see it, but nice opportunity there to get into the final.
JL comments, butterfly specifically in dirty water is hashtag not great.
Yeah.
Agreed. We got the results up for the 50 fly if anyone's curious about specific times. But yeah, that was a great swim for Sjostrom and an Asian record for Zhang Yifei.
Were you guys in the stream? I'm about 60 seconds
I'm
out.
looking at Cam McAvoy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at Cam too. Now I'm looking at clean water and the race lineup, the start list.
Oh, wow. Are you ahead of me, Tyler?
I think I may be behind.
Okay.
Because I was definitely behind on that fly.
I was asking the question, how tall is Cameron McAvoy? He's 6'1". And there's Jack the Giant.
Oh, wow. I wish they had stood up next to each other.
So yeah, so
I mean, you can see how much bigger Jack looks on the blocks than Cam does. All right, men's 50 free in the water. I think Cam McAvoy's already won it.
Oh my God, look at that turnover.
Oh, but Ryan held out of lane 8, having a really strong swim. He could get in there.
21.06 for the gold. 21. Jack gets on the podium with the silver.
Jack Alexi double sprint silver at his first world championships. Look at that dude go. The McAvoys are celebrating as they should. Good for him, man. 21.06.
Yeah, it's a great swim.
Holy moly.
Whew. Oh, he's get up there, buddy. Wait a second. What's his?
Good for Big Jack.
Good for Big Jack, dude.
Big Jack.
Dude, doubles. I mean, that's so good. Double silver medals at your first world championships. Yeah. I mean,
he's a little baby faced, isn't he?
He is. I mean, he's 21 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
Just respect to the gold medalist. How old is Cameron McAvoy now? 29 years old. 6'1", 29 years old, and 21.06 is a great swim. I wonder, that's got to put him in what is that? That's got to be top. He's got to be third or fourth best performer of all time.
No, well, I think it might tie him with Dressel. Cesar, Freddie. Those are the guys who have been 20-point. Dressel, I think it might tie him with Dressel for third. Commenters, if you know, let us know.
Yeah, but
but that's a big swim.
I should pull up his Wikipedia. There's something really interesting about him. Is he what did he study in school? Cam McAvoy.
He's a physicist.
He's a physicist, which is like the rock star of science. So we've got this. It's a bright dude.
So, and
I don't think physicist when I think of 50 freestyle.
He was half a second ahead. He was 21.0, and Jack Alexi was 21.57 for silver. And then Ben Proud was third, 21.58. Look how much taller Jack is than Kira Dixon, the sideline. So yeah, JL says that was Dressel's 2019 time exactly, if I recall correctly. So I think that ties him for third.
Third all time. All right.
Kira needs a couple boxes for this one. 21.06 oceanic record for Cam McAvoy. And what a story. This dude goes 47.0 in the 100-meter freestyle 8 years ago. It was in like 2014, 15, 16, somewhere around there. And then just never is able to match it. And then, takes a while out of the pool, basically goes on the sprinter's journey. And now he's rejuvenated and come back as this sprint monster. Especially after not having a great 50 fly to start the meet, it looks like he's rocking out.
Coleman, you may need to get down there and have some pancakes with the man.
I think I need to take a 2-month sabbatical to Australia and just go visit all these teams.
It's a really cool story.
Yeah, you know what? We could probably do that. That's something. That's a trip. You just suggested it. Do you really want to go to Australia? Because we'll send you to Australia.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, we'll talk about that this fall. I mean,
that'd be pretty rad. Go see Dean, see Cameron.
Yeah,
I feel like this is really judgmental. I shouldn't do this, but McAvoy, because I don't think physicist when I think 50-meter freestylers, but studied physics and mathematics at Griffin University. He gained fame in 2016 Olympic trials when he wore a swim cap with 2 merging black holes on his cap. Nerd. I love it.
That's awesome.
Nerd.
I love it. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Got to represent. Swimmers always bring the GP up. Let's be honest.
Swimmers are good for GPA. That is for
Swimmers
sure.
are good for GPA. For sure. All right. What a great way to start off the morning.
I mean, Australia is going to dominate the gold medal table. So it's like, I think it's only right that we go eat some pancakes with them.
Yeah, have fun down there.
Braden Keith, our editor-in-chief, I don't think he listens to our stream. We can light him up. But I do love the guy. He's throwing some shade at NBC. Did you see that report?
Yeah, on the medal count.
NBC waves the white flag, changes the medal count. Medal count gold medals, medal count total medals. Now putting the U.S. back on top. But I think out of respect, we need to honor Australia in this moment and keep it gold medals.
That's not even shade. That's just a fact. Like they had gold medals prioritized on that medal table, and then yesterday they changed it to total medals, and it's like
moving the goalposts,
guys. What's going on?
They're catering to a U.S. audience, but I hate the spoon feeding of fans that way. I think you got to give them their medicine, their bad medicine.
Yeah. He is a very proud nerd, says Ian of Cam McAvoy.
All right, we got a little
what do we got?
Semifinal here in the 50 free.
Oh, Jesus, it's already happening.
Yeah.
Shayna Jack, 24:01. Dude, what is going on with Australia? Good God.
Shayna Jack is a big story. Shayna Jack, was she got a lot of negative news on and it's I was like, I thought that you could write her off.
Yeah, I mean, she served a 2-year doping ban. Was like completely out of the pool for at least part of that time.
But not for PEDs, not for performance enhancing drugs. It was for recreational drugs, correct?
I don't know about that.
I'd have to ask Google on that one.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it was. Do you mean something like marijuana?
I'm not sure what it was. I don't judge people on things like that because you don't know what's going on in their life. But it's I'm
almost certain it wasn't.
Double check it.
That was initially banned for 4 years after testing positive for ligandrol.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound recreational.
That doesn't sound. Sorry about that.
That's not a party drug.
That's a correction. Hang on a second. Why am I thinking this?
Are you thinking of Sha'Carri Richardson?
Nope. Nope, I'm not.
Are you thinking of? I don't know.
Yo, Alex is checking in, giving out $5,000 here. I might have to message him hard time.
On day 7, we finally got the spammer commenters.
That's all right. We're fine. I know I got that wrong. So, Miss Jack, my apologies. Coleman corrected the record. But yes, the initial thought was glad to see her back. Glad to see her career back on track.
Yeah, because again, the initial ban was 4 years. They got it dropped to 2 because of her cooperation and because like it was a teeny tiny little bit. Court found she didn't knowingly take it and cut her suspension in half. Says JL. Thank you, JL, for the assist. So yeah, and then she got her career right back on track.
Yeah, and she's with Doxel, right?
Yes. Yeah. So it's her, it's Molly, and it's Ariarne who are currently at this meet the 3 best freestylers in the world. They might sweep the 50 through 400 free. Dean Boxall swimmers might sweep the 50 to 400. It looks like Shane is certainly going to get on the podium. If
that is a very big flex. That's a crazy metric. That would be like, has that happened before with one coach? Shira Sjostrom, I don't know if that's happened before. It's a huge metric. Shira Sjostrom walking out 5 minutes later. I think she won. Maybe it was 2 minutes ago. She won.
Same with Gretchen.
Yeah. Guys, sorry. Sorry. Everyone's freaking out about the farting noise. I was just trying to think, and so I made a farting noise as my thinking noise. That's what's up. The commenters are very unsettled by that.
For anybody just listening, for anyone listening and not on camera, that's Coleman.
The commenters need clarity.
Mel knows that in the office I fart more than anyone else he might have ever met, but that wasn't one of those times.
That's okay.
All right, we're in the water with semi number 2. Abby Weitzel's in lane 5. Sarah Sjostrom's in lane 4. G. Walsh up there in lane 1. Come on, Gretchen. Let's make a final. Good God. Sjostrom is right at the world record line. How does she do that? Oh, God. She just set a world record.
The world record. She just popped a world record.
After winning the 50 fly?
It's so bad.
Holy.
Bam.
Sarah Sjostrom bringing the heat.
You know what it was? It was that Selly after the 50 fly. So much joy. She knew this was coming.
Dude, she was relaxed. You're right. She was relaxed. She was having fun. Boom, baby. Good God.
Jeez. Been a pretty awesome night so far.
Mel, remember yesterday when you were like, why wouldn't you swim the 100 freestyle?
Yeah, why wouldn't you swim the 100 freestyle? It looks like she looks to me like easy speed. She could take the 100 freestyle.
I don't think she's, dude. But if you focus on 50s, you break world records.
That's right. This is a world championship. She's just chewing up the screen, knowing she can pop off these world record swims and gold medals.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Sjostrom, for delivering the entertainment on day 7 when I'm so exhausted from this long meet. Wow.
Let's see here. Gretchen Walsh was 11th. She was 24.71. There's a tie for 8th at 24.68. So Gretchen missed the final by 4 100ths. It is pretty dang good.
Watching Miss Sjostrom's stroke, Sarah's stroke seems. I see a lot of people with opened up that have a bigger stroke. It seems to me like in fly she's entering here, and in freestyle she's entering here. It's not reach. You guys,
I noticed that in her fly. She's not getting full extension in her fly.
And I thought that, and it seems to me that's counterintuitive. Everybody wants to get bigger and be going over the barrel, and that seems counterintuitive compared to everybody else. But you can't argue with the results. I mean, it looks a little bit like a, when I see her, I hate to say it, but it reminds me of like a super fast 12-year-old. And but just her turnover is so fast.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like if she's able to maintain that high turnover, you don't need the full extension because she can just do it for a 50. And tempo equals speed.
Yeah,
at least in
she
her
holds
case.
a tremendous amount of water.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a swim off for that final spot in the final. Let's give a shout out to Zhang Yufei as well, who won silver in the 50 fly and then now is third seed in the 50 free. Why would they have that? Like that was basically the same field in both events. the women's 50 fly and then the women's 50 free semi. There was like at least half of the women overlapped, I think.
It feels a little bit like the fastest practice on earth. Just popping off fast swims.
It really
like
does.
Skins.
Seriously. And A. Pearson just said it as well. Underappreciated performance from Yufei. 24-2 in a 50 free after her 25-0 50 fly. Yeah, shout out to Zhang. Just killing it. Wow. What a session.
Yeah, what a session. And these 50s back to back feel good. I hate to say it. I'm not the biggest fan of sprinters. It's mostly jealousy. I'm totally jealous of sprinters, but it is entertaining to watch these 50s pop off.
Dude, remember 2 nights ago when we were watching 200 semis? God, this is so much better.
This is better. As I'm thinking about it, Mr. Fenwick, Coach Fenwick,
Yes.
I just want to tell you that we love you for coming in every day. You've been here, but we're going to do this again with you because you're such a good man, a great soul. We're also going to send you a light to put on your face.
Oh yeah.
We're going to get you a glamour light.
I know. I need one of those, man. It's sometimes if I like back up, it helps. But yeah,
you need a glamour. If you're going to wear lid in your lid, man, you got to.
All right, no. Lid off.
But it doesn't make a difference. We're going to have to get you a light.
I need a glamour light.
You'll just be this mysterious analyst in the background.
Christy says happy for Gretchen. Oh, sorry, getting the bronze in the 50 fly. Seeing Abby move on in this one, definitely too close with those 250s. It is, but it is exciting. All right, I'm looking at the heat number 1 behind the blocks for the women's 50 breast.
Yep.
Just keep the 50s rolling. Great job on this one, whoever made the schedule.
I forgot it. This comes at just the right time on day 7.
When you need some pop and excitement, this is what we get.
Someone just needs to throw it down and just go with a 3-week meet. We need a 21-day meet.
Oh,
don't say that.
Stop it. Someone at World Aquatics might hear it and go, yeah, let's do that.
All right, so this heat is interesting because we've got Lara Van Niekerk in lane 8, who had a bad start. She's the defending something medalist from last year, and she just snuck into prelims in 16th because her teammate Schoonmaker scratched. And she wins this heat 29-9. So she made the most of her opportunity. I am a little upset because Tatiana is in my fantasy team and Lara is in someone else's, but I am happy for her as an athlete.
Okay, give us some context. Where are the swim nerds at SwimSwam are really excited to report on the fantasy teams, but you should tell us now how you doing, Coleman? Who are you beating?
It was funny because yesterday Carson was talking about his 400 IM and he was like, my 100 free suffered a little bit because I was kind of in no man's land because Leon was so far ahead that like I wasn't going to catch him, but like I was in such a solid second place that like no one was going to catch me. So it was like kind of hard to find that last gear in my 400 IM because it was like, well, I'm getting second. Like no matter what, I'm getting second. That's where I am. I'm fairly confident that I'm getting second. Yin Yin is after 6 days of competition. Yin Yin's 6 points ahead of me, and I am 9 points ahead of Ben Dornan, who's third. And looking at our athletes and what events are left, I think there's like virtually no way that I can catch Yin Yin. And I'm pretty confident that I'm going to score enough to where no one else is going to catch me.
Is Braden getting last?
Braden is in last by 19. No, 21 points.
The fantasy. The answer is the fantasy. It's got to be opened up to everybody.
Well, that's the thing is like we need a platform where people can draft because everyone can play the pick'em. I think
They can.
Okay? So everyone can play pick'em, but drafting is a little harder because you have to do that with like pods of people. You can't just like open a draft to everyone.
World Champs Pick'em. We have a World Champs Pick'em. The prize value is usually anywhere between $1,500 and $2,500 US. And just so you know, Braden is gonna be opening up the fantasy team situation. He really wanted to test it to go big next year. Congratulations, Coleman. I'm glad. Silver medal is respectable. You're on the podium. Yin Yin's kicking your butt, but you know what? Yin Yin is like the female god of swim analysts now.
Yin Yin has ascended. And she's the Katie Ledecky of SwimSwam.
She is.
Or maybe the Kate Douglas of SwimSwam. I think she would like that comparison better.
What are you guys hoping to see here in this second semi of the 50?
Someone was calling.
Someone said that Lydia scratched.
Why did Jacoby scratch? That I don't know.
Interesting.
Did she? Because she's on the heat sheet.
Yeah, let's see if she's in this heat. Oh, yeah, she's in the heat. She didn't scratch. She's on the blocks.
And you got me going to our back end database to see what's going on.
Oh, and she's right next to her Texas teammate Anna Ellent. Someone was calling for Ruta to break a world record in this heat, and by the way this session's going, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
She's great off the blocks as usual. Her and Lily are going after it. Ruta's right on that line. I don't think she's right on it.
She is.
She's gonna break a freaking world record. Come on, Ruta. Oh my God, she just equaled the world record.
Number 2 world record.
What is going on this morning?
Dang.
Look at that
Equals
smile.
a freaking world record.
Look at that smile. Oh my God. This you know what it is? We got that. They were on the 7th day into the meet. That's some 7 more days of taper just to get the nitro fueled into the tank. And this is the result. Between these 2 world records and McAvoy's 2106. This might be my favorite session so far. This has been fun.
This has been fun. Dude, I know what my video is going to be today, Mel. We need more 50s.
We need more 50s.
It's all about the 50s. So Lydia has a swim off because she's tied for 9th, which I don't. So she's first alternate. I'm pulling up results right now. Lily King made it in. Ruta Melutite, though, world record. Look at her go. There's the results for people watching. Wow. That is just great for them. So it took 30.3 to get 8th. Lily King is 2nd seed, 29.72. That's a great swim. 3 women under 30. Wow.
Great swim, world record. We love it.
Great.
I forgot it. I forgot about her doping ban. Wah,
Ruda's.
yeah. Wah, wah.
Yeah. When was that? And what was it? What it was? Well, it was for missing drug tests because she was like not swimming at the time.
And I think she was talking about battling depression.
She wasn't swimming. She wasn't swimming at the time. Like so she just didn't care. But she hadn't retired, which is why she was still in the drug testing pool.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying. But it's something that anybody, it's going back to the 80s and 90s. But if people are like wondering what doping is like, and it's tougher now. People show up at your house at 5 a.m. in the morning and unannounced randomly, and there's a male and a female, and sometimes, if you're a man, there's two men, and they track you. Like once they have eyes on you, they don't take their eyes off of you until you give a specimen, and they go with you in to get a specimen, and you have to like pull your shirt up to your chest and your pants down to your knees and you have to show that you're doing it. You can't. You can't. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive how much they police this.
We have drug testers on our pool deck all the time.
Yeah,
it's weekly. Sometimes it's multiple times a week. We had an opportunity to go to the White House to celebrate our national championship this year, and we left pretty early in the morning. It was around 7:30 in the morning, and Kate actually had a drug tester at her door that morning at 6 and was unable to go to the White House.
Oh my God.
Because of the drug test.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I would, you know what I'd say? I'd be like, you're coming with me. We're going to the White House.
Jesus. I mean, that's like,
if I was a drug tester, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna
come back tomorrow.
I'm going to expense this. I'm going to come tomorrow. I'm going to expense this, and I'm going to go with until you're ready to give your specimen.
Yeah.
Because like that's problematic. I mean, and I feel like there has to be an exception.
And, Kate was great about it, but it was not ideal.
Yeah. Well, and as an athlete, you are trained to have the mindset of control what you can control, and she couldn't control that, obviously, and drug testing is an important part of our sport, so I have no doubt she handled it like a champ, but that's not cool.
No, it was not cool. She earned that.
Yeah.
I think you do I'm looking at Googly Pub. I think that you do have the opportunity to give your sample quickly, but if you can't go, then that becomes an issue.
Yeah, no, they're stuck with you. Yeah.
I mean, to pee when someone's looking straight at you is
all about
fairly jarring.
Call.
Yeah.
We'll give you. Let's go a little inside baseball. Let's get a little deep behind the curtain. I will say this: the first time you start getting drug tested is really exciting, especially at a big meet. If you're a kid and you develop into the realm where you start to get drug tested. My first drug testing experience in the mid '80s, I went in the room, and in the drug testing room was Pablo Morales, Mary T. Maher, Tracy Calkins, and Matt Biondi. And I'm sitting there as a little kid going, I want their autographs. But I'm in the drug testing room because, I've made it to that level. And you're trying to be cool. It's really hard to be cool. That's a good moment.
That's
happy to go back
sweet.
behind the curtain with you there, Mel.
This is where I remember telling my father, I was like, everybody was complaining. All the older swimmers were complaining, like they couldn't give a urine specimen. and they were having to drink water and wait. And I totally could give a urine specimen, but I was holding it just because I wanted to stay in that room with all of them. Because I wanted to be with all those iconic swimmers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Whatever.
Ian says, is missing meeting a president really a bad thing? I appreciate the humor in that comment, but I think going to the White House as a national champion is a bit more than just meeting the president. Tyler, you can talk on that more than I can.
Yeah, it was a humbling experience. It was very, very cool.
I went for Reagan, and so I met Reagan, I met Bush, and I met Clinton. So 3 trips to the White House, all swimming and Olympic related. Different political parties, and the experience is always the same, and it does feel it's meaningful. It's meaningful, and they do it. It's a nice honor. They do it well.
Yeah, and I would assume, especially getting to go with your team, that's a once in a lifetime experience.
And I hate to bring it back to urine specimens, but if you've seen the movie Forrest Gump, where Forrest Gump goes into the bathroom, that bathroom does exist at the White House because I've been in it. Just a little color.
This 100 fly field is
little Mel was here on the wall somewhere.
Seriously, in Sharpie.
I just remember thinking, the movie when I went in that bathroom, the movie had not come out, but I was like, this is a nice bathroom.
Did you know that Little Mel is actually Mel's name, Tyler?
No. No, go on.
I was little Melvin until I was 12. It was written on my swim bag. And as soon as I got to be about 13, 14, started to hit puberty, I'd change my name to Mel. It wasn't little Melvin anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it was your parents called you Melvin Jr., right?
Isaac
Now listen here, Melvin Jr.
I just like Isaac's dropping the references in the movie. Did you show the president your buttocks like Forrest Gump? I love that movie. I think it's one of my top 10 movies, and I do love that line from Forrest Gump. Thank you for dropping it here on the live stream.
I love that our conversation has devolved to this. JL asks, does the P-Man bring about 1 million Dr. Peppers with him in case you need a couple?
The weirdest drug testing experience I ever had was 1986 in Moscow at the Goodwill Games. And you went and there's a code you sign, and you have to, you can't drink alcohol. And I'm 17 years old, and you go back into drug testing in Moscow, in Russia. And it was like this gorgeous, it was like we were giving a urine specimen on the stage of an opera house. It was crazy. It was weird. And they had chocolate cake and sodas and these sweet juice drinks, and then like beers and wine and vodka. And I'm like I remember looking at one of the older swimmers going, are you going to drink that? He's like,
because if you're not, I will.
I'm not going to say who it was. He leaned over and grabbed a beer, popped it, and started drinking the beer. And he's like, yes, I am. His events were over.
So we've got an interesting comment. A person says this 100 fly field is underwhelming, going to be slowest final in years unless someone shocks my something. The winning time will be slower than what we've seen from Dressel and the likes of Dressel and Milak. True, but the depth of this heat is one of the fastest heats in history. I mean, I think the depth here is less than a second from top to bottom.
I love heats like this. I love moments when superstars are out of competition, because I think it gives a lot of athletes the opportunity to get on the podium. And I think it's a great marker in history, because these athletes are going to get down and swim fast next year and in the post-Olympic year.
I mean, it took 51-1 to make this final, and top seeds 50.5. So like we could, they could all go under 50 points. I'm sorry, under 51. What do you think, Tyler?
It seems like it could be anybody's race. It's just it's so close.
Yeah.
You got a lot of guys that haven't really been at this level either.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I mean, Dare looked great yesterday. I really hope he has a good race here and just gets on the podium. Would be awesome. Liendo dropped the 50 free to focus solely on this race. I think Maxime Grousset also did the same thing. So he's
50.14. We got a 50.14 for the win.
You're already done with the
You're
event?
So far ahead. You're
yeah,
like
I need to refresh, I guess.
Yeah.
Maxime, they had the Frenchmen. We cut away to Leon with the French team. 50.14 is a very respectable time to win world championships in 100-meter butterfly.
So I'm coming into the end here, but yeah, Maxime Grousset is in for the win. Liendo second, Dare third,
Rose third.
Dare Rose, man, this has been an important story this year. And he has captured the hearts of SwimSwam fans, that's for sure. But this is good to see.
Yeah, way to go, Maxime Grousset. Also, for anyone who was like, this is going to be a slow heat, that is faster than what Malak went last year to win.
Was that an NC2A heat?
Well, it's I was going to raise that point. You've got the Olympic red shirt crowd. Well, look again. Like Liendo, Rose, Alexi, Walsh. Like, look who's getting up on the podium here. They all swam in the NCAA this year.
All right, so a person says he doesn't see anything below 50.4. It took 50.4 to get bronze. Liendo is 50.3 and Maxime was 50.1. So there you go. That's a fast freaking heat.
Seems like there's a second wind amongst the competitors here on day 7 of the meet.
They can taste it.
Dare Rose
taste the end of the meet.
So that's definitely a PB for Dare Rose.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
what was so engaging about his interview at U.S. Nationals that really connected with people? You talked about going back to his 11 and 12 national age group record, but what was it that hit? You did the interview, Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman. What was it?
It was the fact that, I mean, like you said, he broke his first nag when he was 12 years old. And then it's kind of funny because if you look at his results year over year, he continued to get better and better. So his path was linear results wise, but he wasn't at the top of his age group. He didn't stay at the top of his age group as he aged into 13, 14, 15, 16. And so he hasn't been, Tyler's going to rejoin us in a minute. He hasn't been at the top of his whatever, wherever he's competing until now, since he was a 12-year-old.
Which is a uniquely swimming experience, especially, for anybody, who pops off when they're 11 and 12, because everybody develops at a different rate. And even if you're great, you go through periods of time where you don't have the height or you don't have the muscle mass because you just haven't developed yet. But yeah, he really came across authentically, and he's been a great story this year. Is that Al? I'm sorry.
We talk about the Michael Phelps effect a lot and how, generations have seen him succeed. I'm seeing on the men's side here, I'm seeing the Cullen Jones effect. The amount of men of color who are making finals and making podiums. We're seeing Jordan Crooks have great swims. We're seeing Liendo and Darai Rose, 2 men of color who just got on the 100 fly podium. I mean, it's, to me, that is very meaningful, and it's really cool to see the diversity blossom in our sport.
It's some people are like, God, why, please. But when you think about only 1% of the United States swimming registers as black, and only 6% mixed race, but yet we see so much success and talent. It's it matters. If swimming wants to be relevant, it's got to look more like the percentages of our population in the United States. Swimming is not quite there yet.
Yeah. So, a person says one thing I was shocked at was Jordan Crooks going 47-point long course, but only 21.7 in the 50. It's sometimes you're just on in one event and not as spot on in another at any given meet. I think Jordan has put a big emphasis on long course this year, and just international swimming in general. And so I was shocked that he went 47.7 just because that's a great swim for anyone. But it's like he has the speed and he's put the emphasis in long course. And I thought his 50 would be a little faster as well, but I'm guessing it'll probably get there by next year.
It's like a Formula One car. It's got to be perfect, perfectly balanced.
All right. We got our men's 50 free podium marching out. Dude, I still can't believe Jack Alexi wins double silver at his first world champs. That is sensational.
We're getting new stars at the right time. We're 12 months out, and people are stepping up.
Is Jack going to look like he's the gold medalist because he's going to be taller, even though he's on a lower? There's a handshake.
God, I can't wait to see this.
So it looks like Anthony Irvin might be the awards presenter here, the oldest Olympic champion among the men from the 50 freestyle, rocking the stash.
Man, you're still ahead of me.
No, so yeah, I'm on the medal podium, and right now we have Olympic champion, oldest Olympic champion in history, Anthony Irvin, presenting to Ben Proud.
Okay, that's where I'm at.
I see him in Texas, and I was going to try to get Tony on the stream. He's like, buddy, World Aquatics has me doing all sorts of stuff, and he has been. He's been doing all sorts of different things. I've seen. He's been the ambassador of World Championships.
He flubbed the silver.
Well.
Oh, he flubbed the silver.
He flubbed the silver medal presentation. He had to take it off and put it on the right way. Just great. Ben Proud, pound for pound, the most jacked man in swimming. I love seeing that dude compete, but mostly just stand on the blocks.
Cam,
not to objectify him too much.
I wish he'd do a wide shot. I mean, Cam looks tiny. He looks tiny compared to them.
He does. Look at that, Reagan and Kaylee, just guffing it up.
I just saw the flub.
Right now, we're watching Reagan and Kaylee just chatting it up like old chums in the ready room.
Social media managers of SwimSwam, grab that clip and make up that conversation. That could be fun.
What are they talking about? Wrong answers only. A person says Ben Proud could run me over and I'd apologize. I agree. He's also, I'm doing interviews with him. He's so nice. Like he's so just like calm and reserved and like almost soft spoken, which is just kind of funny because he's just so jacked. That's a far cry from Leclos and Phelps in the ready room, says JL. Yeah, I think that whole thing got blown out of proportion.
I don't know. You have to admit, there's a different vibe. Like it's when you go to women's NCAA championships, it kind of feels like a celebration. It's familial. It feels good.
Yeah.
You go to men's NCAA championships, and this is what I do. I kind of go like this, and I kind of make myself small, and I stay in the corners, and I stay out of the way because it feels like someone's going to take a sword out and cut my head off.
A lot of tough guys at men's NCAAs.
So but I feel that in a waiting room, in a men's waiting room, there's a lot of testosterone. It's really intense in that waiting room. It can drain your energy. You got to be careful.
It's a lot of testosterone.
You're
right. You're absolutely right.
You got to keep focused. You got to keep it right here.
Ian says my top 3 swims: 1, Titmus 400 free; 2, Marchand 400 IM; 3, O'Callaghan 200 free. I agree. Well, Kin Hai Yang's 200 breast was pretty freaking phenomenal. I think that would be in my top 3. I think it might bump Molly O out, and I think it might even be number 2 because I thought Leon would break the world record, but he did break it by a very significant margin. So,
did you guys refresh your stream?
Where are you?
I've tried.
Talking to the camera.
Let me tell you what I'm at right now. So we have they're going. The Peacock is going back to Reagan's 2019 world record and her reaction, which was that was a 203.3, which was the huge smile and just utter surprise. And I don't have the volume on, but I think she's talking about her journey back since then. And I think everybody's hoping, it doesn't matter what the color of the medal is, but we're really hoping that she kind of gets back to 2019. It feels like this World Championships is there for her. Feels like we're back in that range.
I think this is a growing pains World Championships, and the U.S. is just banking this experience, and it's the perfect thing for the USA heading into next year. And I say that because I think it's true, and also because Australia's kicking our ass, and I have to say it.
Well, it's a checkpoint. It's a checkpoint, and we get to see where we are. But I think people may be overreacting a bit too. It's we like results very current. Like, we kind of judge the status of things on what is absolutely current, and we try to predict the future on it. It's like our women's team at Virginia. Like, we do not shave mid-season. We do not rest mid-season. And so our times aren't that great mid-season, and everybody starts to chatter. It's been every year.
But they still are.
Like, yeah, this is the year that Virginia, they look shaky. I don't know, something doesn't look right. And then we go to ACCs and we blow it out of the park, and then we go to NCAAs and go fast. And okay, yeah, they're fine. And I think it's the same thing. It's worlds. We've got 12 months. But I do, Coleman, I agree with you. I think there's going to be a chip on the shoulder, and people are going to go back for 12 months. And yeah, we're going to see a show in Paris.
I made a prediction in the women's 100 breaststroke. I predicted Reagan first at 57.4 and
100 backstroke.
And Kaylee at 57.5. In the 200 back, I predicted Reagan at a 203 something, and Kaylee just out touching Kaylee. And I made that prediction and I said, hey, I'm a U.S. athlete, a former U.S. athlete. I'm biased. And I went to bed and woke up, and the Australian commenters landed while I was asleep. Man, they skewered me. Whew, it was rough.
You know what? Again, I think it's a good thing Reagan is not next to Kaylee, but also I think Reagan is learning how to be a pro. She had that 2019 World Champs where she had her big breakout, went through the pandemic. She's learning how to race at a pro level now with expectation, and she's doing a great job here. And I think if she wins a medal, we forget she hasn't swam this event on the international stage since she broke the world record in 2019. So if she wins a medal here of any color, that's a win.
Truth.
I mean, if she doesn't,
It's a
that's
good
still
point.
fine.
Truth, great. I appreciate it. Good job, analyst Coleman Hodges. All right, what is it going to take for her to win this thing? What does she have to be out in? She's got to be out fast.
I would say under a minute.
She's
I
got to have
feel
an
like
edge.
under a minute.
I was gonna say like 59.7, 59.8.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in all fairness, 200 backstroke is so painful. This is
Yeah.
like the most underappreciated race in terms of
The
how
legs.
It kills your
Yeah.
legs. It kills
So
you.
at the 50, it's her and Kaylee. They are under world record pace. They're 15 100ths apart. Whoo! This is already living up to the hype.
Yes.
So she's going out, and Kaylee is right behind her. Again, Kaylee's in lane 3, Reagan's in lane 5. So I'm guessing they can't see each other. She's way ahead of world record pace.
She's way out. Ooh.
She is flying.
Doom.
002 for Reagan. 008 for Kaylee McEwen. So she's going for it. She wants it. We do have to remember that this is Kaylee McEwen's world record, though, and we know that Kaylee McEwen has a great back half.
Kaylee's going to close on her. Reagan's going to have to hold her off. It would look at she's cutting it right here on this third 50.
She's inching up there. Yeah. I'm curious as to which side. So Kaylee turns towards Reagan. They flip together. Dead even.
Reagan stayed down about 3 more. It looks 2 or 3 more kicks off the.
Yeah, and now Kaylee's pulling ahead, as we thought she would. She is.
What a race!
Yeah. So it's not going to be a world record. It's Kaylee, and then it's Reagan.
203.85.
Reagan's 204.9. And Zhu Peng is bronze for China.
Here's the thing, though. It's if I'm Reagan, if I'm Bob Bowman, I want Reagan to be out that aggressive. I'm gonna want. It's day 7. She went for it. She faded at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I would want her to keep swimming the race that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and shout out Kaylee McEwen with the hat trick, wins 50, 100, and 200 backstroke at this World Championships. Good, hats off to her. And Reagan walks away with double silver.
And there's her first medal since 2019.
Yep.
She looked great.
Yeah. So McEwen was 31.7, 31.5, 31.5. She had exactly the same split on the last 2 50s, 31.52 on the third and fourth 50.
I think we're going to see a different. I think we're going to see a tighter race, perhaps a different outcome in Paris. I think Bowman is going to take this, and they're going to sit down and they're going to go. We need to find 25 more meters of go-go juice for you, and that's what she's going to gain this next year training wise. He knows how to prepare people. He knows how to prepare people to swim at the Olympics.
And this was her first year with Bowman. Mm-hmm. It's a learning year. Next year, I think, it's I think it'll be great. But that's a great swim for Reagan right now.
Coleman, I think that's a really good point too. It is her first year in that training system, and a lot of times in a new training system, it takes a year to start to get acclimated, and it's that second year you really see progress, like big time progress.
Leon Marchand.
Good
example, right?
I see it from our own kids at Virginia. It's like when did Kate take off? It was that second year. When did Alex take off? It was that second year. Even
Jack Alexi.
Yeah, Jack Alexi. Maxine Parker is a great example of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's and I feel like that happens especially at the NCAA a
Yeah.
lot, where it takes kids, and that's a big transition outside of swimming. Also,
Hmm.
leaving home, going to college, adjusting to that kind of life. But Katie Ledecky at Florida, last
Yeah.
year she said it was a learning year, and now she's much more comfortable, and her results are showing that. Her times are much better than they were last year.
So
Uh,
if you're looking to make a switch in training program, instead of doing it 11 months out or 12 months out from the Olympic Games, it may make sense to look at it 24 months out.
mm-hmm.
My guess is we're about to see some changes.
Interesting. I liked Ian's color on this. Interesting trivia. Kaylee always looks at a foot tattoo on her foot at the start to remind her of her father that passed away a couple of years ago. Ooh, that's heart-wrenching.
I remember that news, and I remember
that's sad.
Feeling for her. Yeah, because that was that was when she was swimming so well, and I don't even know if she ever went through a period of not swimming well, which is kind of amazing to be able to do that and lose a parent. I don't even know what that's like, but yeah.
Fellas, I'm gonna have to take off.
Tyler,
I've got to walk dogs, and our air conditioner is acting up, and we can't have that before we leave on vacation. Especially when it's like 97 degrees outside, and we're leaving the dogs home. It has been a pleasure hanging with you guys this week. I hope you can keep on without me. Draw a little happy face on your foot and look down, and it may remind you of me.
All right, we'll do that.
I'll draw a tribal design on my foot, and it'll remind you of you.
Remind you of me and the 90s.
And the 90s.
And Mel, I'm gonna work on that light. I think that would make a lot of sense.
We're gonna get you a light, buddy. We gotta. It's just. All right, man. We're bringing you back. Love you, buddy. Get on your day.
Love you guys too. Have a good one.
See you, Tyler.
Soon. All right.
Thanks, bud.
Bye.
That was Tyler Fenwick, associate head coach at the University of Virginia, swimming expert, tribal tattoo donor.
Do you give him a hard time because does he have a tribal? Does he got a tribal?
Well, he brought it up when we were talking about tattoos yesterday. He was like, "You know what that tattoo says about me? Mm-hmm. It says I made it through the 90s."
My wife and I have been married for this is our 25th year, and we're gonna do matching tattoos. She doesn't have a tattoo, and so I everyone's saying you guys are children in the 90s. You should get tribal tattoos, matching tribal tattoos. That's like, I don't think we're gonna do that. We're not doing that.
Yeah. The 90s have come and gone.
All right.
So we got
great swims.
We still got 3 great races left. I'm looking at the whole field of Heat 1 of the men's 50 back semi.
Okay, so
Thomas Chacon just jumped in.
So it looks like you just fresh is
Okay, so yeah, Heat 1 of the men's 50 back semi. We've got Apostolos Christo, Zhu Jiayu, Xavier Mashuk, and Thomas Chacon in the middle lanes. We got Ryosuke Irie, who's like basically 57, still swimming backstroke at a very, very high level. And still, honestly, with the prettiest backstroke out there. Zhu Jiayu looks great off the start. It looks
way off that world record line.
Yeah, way off. Well, and that world record is still 23:71. I don't think Clement Kalashnikov's new 23:56
it hasn't been ratified. Yeah, it has not been ratified. So Hunter Armstrong,
which takes a while. I mean, it's not because it's illegitimate. It just that usually takes more than a couple days. Zhuzhia Yu wins that first heat. I didn't really see who touched after that, but looks like Chacon was happy enough with that. I'm guessing he got the job done.
If
Xavier Mashu.
my hair was as long as his, I'd be taking my cap off immediately every time and let it hang out there.
We're getting good SwimSwam tattoo ideas. Pearson says, do each half of the SwimSwam logo as your tattoos. JL says, gotta get a tat of your GMM logo, a giant one, right on the neck. Wear it proud.
I don't. This is my wife and I have been married for 25 years. This is about us having matching tattoos. I don't think she's going to go for that. Her car, if you ever see a black car with license plate Swammer, that's my wife's car actually in Austin. You ever see that in Austin? That's us.
So you don't think Tiffany would go for the giant GMM logo neck tattoo right here?
No, she wouldn't do that.
I don't know, Mel. I think she might.
I don't think she'd do that.
Fine.
This is designed. Both logos. I designed both logos, and both logos are designed looks like comic book superhero, very, very Marvel-esque. That's what we were going for.
That's a cool idea. So Zhuzhia Yu is 24-4 for first. Xavier Mashiuk of Poland was second at 24-47. And then tie for third, Apostolos Christou and Thomas Chacon at 24-5. So we'll see how this heat goes. But it seems like those top four have a good chance of getting in. Pearson says, I'll make a portrait of Coleman with vivid acrylic paint, and you can both have one half on your calf.
All right,
that's the tattoo idea.
That makes it into the top 10. It's a consideration. My wife Tiffany loves Coleman, so that she might consider it.
All right, we've got heat 2 of the men's 50 back semi marching out.
Okay.
So Isaac Cooper swam. I think he's the only man to do this. Swam in the final of the 50 free, and then swimming in the semifinal of the 50 back. I love that dude. I got to talk to him after his up and down world championships, where he won the 50 back world title, and they did a reswim, and then he didn't win, and he got to go through that roller coaster. But he's a great kid with he walked away from that experience with a lot, and it was really great to see. He's only 19 years old, I think.
I'm looking at Hunter Armstrong right now. Coleman, Justin Rest. Where's Hunter at? What do you think his head is at? U.S. Nationals right now.
So him and his coach, Matt Bow, planned for him to peak at this meet and not U.S. trials. And he kind of talked about that, how he wasn't at his best at U.S. trials. But then the announcement was made that Matt Bow is going to be the head coach of Michigan. And it seems like Hunter will be following him there. We don't have 100% clarity on that, but Hunter's from Ohio. He's a Midwest guy. And Matt Bow is his coach, and he trusts Matt a lot. And I think he will probably follow him to Michigan. And so my guess is Hunter, that's a lot of change happening right in between trials and the world champs. My guess is Hunter is just a little thrown. We haven't seen him at his best, although he got bronze in the 100 back. He got on the medal podium. And he looks solid here in the 50 backstroke as well. So it doesn't seem like he's at his best, but he's been having a good meet considering all of that.
All right, we're off the blocks.
Mm-hmm. I'm really pulling for Isaac Cooper here. I want to see him make both finals. Justin Rest looks great. Hunter looking solid as well. Rest threw down a massive prelim swim. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to equal that, or maybe even go a little faster. So he doesn't equal that. 24-3 though. He wins the heat. Hunter's second. He doesn't even look like he's breathing hard. Mel, give me his heart rate. What's his heart rate there?
His heart rate's probably what he's 69. He's a resting heart rate of 52, but he's right at 69 right now.
So yeah, Justin Rest looks like he is chilling.
My heart rates predictions have gotten lower and lower and lower. throughout our
I've
game.
noticed that, and I appreciate it. So Justin Ress and Hunter Armstrong both safely in for the men's 50 back final. We've got results up. So it's Justin Ress, Zhu Jiayu, Hunter Armstrong. They're actually tied at 24-41. Xavier Mashiuk, Apostolos Christo, and Thomas Chacon, who are tied for fifth. Ole Braunschweig and Andrew Jeffcoat in for eighth. Oh, Isaac Cooper gets ninth by 5/100ths. So he just misses out, but that's gonna be a good 50 backstroke heat. Really interesting that Justin Ress was 24, I think 0 or 24-1 in prelims, and then goes 24-3 here, but looks like he was just cruising through this.
I love his social media.
Mhm.
Justin, yeah, he's seems like he's like this is supposed to be fun, and he single-handedly is like, I'm making this fun.
He is. Justin Ress loved the ISL, loved what the ISL brought to swimming. He said that in multiple interviews. He was like, that's what rejuvenated his career. That's what made him love swimming again, was just how fun ISL was and the playfulness that it brought to swimming. And so he's he's taken that upon himself. And he's like, you know what, if I get to do interviews, if I get to show my face in the limelight, it's like, I want to make swimming fun. So A. Pearson's asking about Klement Kalashnikov's 23.5 50 back world record. Will it be ratified? I think so. Evgenia Chikanova's 217 200 breast world record that was set in Russia in April was ratified, and it was shown here as the world record. So I don't see why Kalashnikov's world record wouldn't be ratified.
World Aquatics is really okay with Russia. Didn't World Aquatics, when they were FINA, give Putin like the biggest award? They like made up an award. It was like the greatest award you could possibly give someone. They're I think that they're going to ratify that.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, come on. If they're following the rules,
yeah, they're following the rules.
There's no reason
it's a record. Here's the thing. Most people in the West really like the Russian swimmers. They're close with them. They're good buddies. They really like them. There's a long history of respect and friendship. Same with the coaches. It's very collegial. We like our Russian peers. We don't like the politics of Russia, but we're not holding it against the
they're friends. I mean, I've been in social settings before where where Lily King and
right,
and Yulia Efimova are like chumming it up and hanging out. It's like
really
they're friends.
Yeah.
It's like the Rio thing got it was a moment, and I think this is the same thing with Chad and Michael Phelps. That was a moment, but people think that's their entire dynamic and relationship, and the reality is that Yulia and Lily are friends. They hang out, and when Yulia came to America, well, she lived in LA for years and years, but when they're racing at meets together, they go and hang out afterwards. Cade with the troll of the day, United States of silver and bronze, Fire Bowman, who doesn't care about American male swimmers.
You know what? It's like, it's funny because it feels like it might be a little bit true, but not true. And good troll. We appreciate it. We good. Well done.
We appreciate a good troll.
We appreciate a good troll. I'm down for a good troll. We like trolls. Trolls.
We don't take them seriously, but we appreciate it.
It's okay. I don't care. I don't care.
Good for you. We got the 100 fly, men's 100 fly medal podium right now. Dare is getting his bronze. Josh Sando's getting his silver.
His full name.
Dare Rose, best name in swimming. His full name is Oladare Rose. And if you don't know, it's spelled, his nickname is Dare. It's spelled like dare. For years and years, when I would see it on heat sheets, I thought his name was Dare Rose. It's pronounced Dare because his full name is Oladare. So Oladare Rose That's the coolest name I have ever heard in swimming.
What is a cool name? What an awesome name. Pop off a gold medal, buddy, because that name is a name's good
That's a
branding.
gold medal name.
It's a gold medal name. You get your point. You get to get it in history.
Cade says, "Troll for telling the truth. Are you proud of these results?" As an American, I am proud. I am proud of our results because we've got a team that's growing and doing a lot of learning at this meet. We got a lot of newbies, rookies, first timers on the team, and all of our silver medals, A, are a great accomplishment, and B, gonna put us in such a good position mentally and physically heading into the Paris Olympics. So Cade, I can honestly say, yes, I am proud of the USA's results.
Hey, real talk. I'll give you some real talk. I'll give you a different perspective.
Real talk with Mel Stewart.
Real talk with Mel Stewart. I think that when I see Team USA off the top of the podium, I have context on it. I agree with Coleman, but there's a part of me that feels it in my gut, and it feels like a little bit of a punch. So I get it. We're with you. We can read the room. We know what's going on. Yes, we're feeling it, and I think that's true for everybody on the national team too. And I think it's discussed, and they're going to take it and use it for next year. I do think that a lot of people underestimate Team USA often at the World Championships before the Olympic year, and typically on balance, Team USA pulls out a pretty good performance. So, and even though I also yet to get this in perspective, we're dealing with a population of what, 350 million people, and it's in big populations, big nations. That is a huge advantage. Got to call it out. I'm always awed by the Italians, by the Australians, by the British team. A lot of respect.
A lot of respect. So I think it would be a huge flex. The USA hasn't won a relay yet at this meet, men or women. They're not winning one tonight, that's for sure. But if we could pop off both medley relays, which I think both men and women have a chance to win, it's not guaranteed by any means, but if we could end the meet on that note, it would be the perfect dovetail into our Olympic cycle. And if we don't, it's not the end of the world or anything, but it would. Pearson says they ain't winning medley relay. And I'm saying I wouldn't count USA out because above any other relay, the medley is the one that they have dialed in, and that USA has the most pride in. Mel, you can take that comment because I know you're looking at it.
I'm looking at Katie Ledecky and the metric that NBC Sports showed, which is the 30. She has the 30 top times of all time. What?
That's laughable. That's laughably incredible.
Yeah, it's like, can you see it? They did 30 top times of all time. Here's Ledecky. I was like, whoa.
Katie Ledecky has the top 30 performances. Hold on. I have to reply to this before. The women's 800 freeze marching out. A. Pearson says, with Tori doing fly, no chance. I think we've covered this before, but let's rehash this. When Tori split 58-1 on the mixed medley relay, she had a terrible start. She flubbed the start, but that's what she entered the water with essentially no momentum instead of from a swing, and then overswam to try to make up for it. So Tori's perfectly capable of a good fly split. Pearson, maybe you're right. China winning the men's, Aussie winning the women's, but I'm not betting on that yet. So Tori hasn't been in top form here, but she has been in good form, and I am not counting either U.S. medley relay out. That's where I'm at. Women's 800 free final. We got Titmus looking strong. We got Katie Ledecky looking like Katie freaking Ledecky.
I forgot my prediction. I think I predict 805. for the win.
Yeah, you might have. That
I
would
mean,
be that would.
yeah, her world
I don't
record's
know
an
about that.
804. I predicted 805. I think that it feels like her 800 feels like it's a little more on than her mile this year. She's this is her event. This is her sweet spot.
This is her sweet spot. This is
But
absolutely her best event.
you have to like read the room and go, wow, when you're so far ahead of the world, it's like you're just pushing yourself and you're gonna win. You're gonna pick up that world. Oh my God, she's eclipsing Phelps right here, isn't she? This will be the 16th
She's
individual.
eclipsing Phelps.
But she'll have 16 individual world championships, and he's 15. So this will make her the most celebrated.
This will give Katie Ledecky the most individual world titles of any athlete at a world championships ever.
That makes you the greatest world championship performer of all time, topping
greatest world champion of all time.
She is the GOAT. She's. I think that Phelps should show up and give her an award.
I think that'd be pretty awesome. But they'll probably have like some World Aquatics official give it or something.
No, stop it.
I thought Phelps went to Fiji.
I think Phelps is at Fiji, and I appreciate him and love him for going to Fiji. But Phelps should have stayed and been and recognized this moment in time.
Yeah, I think he should have too. Ledecky is already a body length ahead of everyone. God, I love her. This is awesome.
No, you spent some time with
57.4.
57.4 out. You spent some time with her down and training while you've been bedded with the team down in Gainesville. What's she like? And you did at Stanford also. You when she was training there with Greg Meehan. What's she like in a training environment?
When people ask me like what's the best set I've ever seen at a practice in pancakes, I've basically gone to every top American team in the country. The two most amazing things I've ever seen in practice were both Katie Ledecky.
Oh, really? What was it?
It's so at Stanford. If you haven't seen these videos, they're worth a watch, y'all. Go to YouTube, type in Katie Ledecky pancakes, and these two videos will pop up. The first one was at Stanford. She was doing a morning distance practice with True Sweetser, who is an American distance swimmer, a male American distance swimmer. He's broken 15 minutes in the mile. Their main set was 3-3. This is long course. This isn't a bathtub workout. This is long course. 3 300s on 330, descend 1 to 3, and then 20 50s at 200 pace. I don't know what they're on, like a minute or something. True Sweetser, first of all, who's an American male distance swimmer, he goes like 316, 317, 318 on these 300s. Like he doesn't quite descend. He's not having a great morning, but it's like this is 7 a.m. and like that's not bad, right? For 300s long course. Katie Ledecky goes 309, 306, 303.
303. She just flipped it 2:59.89 in this race, and she still had world record pace. Just to interrupt your story for one moment.
No. Yeah, no, that's what. So on the last three, she does 300s on 330 and goes 303 on the last one. So if she would have just flipped and done another 100, she would have gone a 404 or 405 in the 400 meter freestyle, which is just like you don't see. Most people don't do that at a U.S. trials. Bella Sims made the team this year in the 400 free going 403, and Katie Ledecky did it in practice at the end of 2 300s essentially. So, and then she went on to like beat True in all 2050s. I mean, it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in a practice. And like later that day, she comes back and does a 400 IM practice. And Greg Meehan was like telling me on deck, like, I kind of forgot that Katie did 300s this morning because I wrote in a 300 freestyle fast for time. like into this 400 IM set, and she went 303 again that afternoon. It's in practice, like in the middle of a 400 IM set after doing like a bunch of butterfly.
She flipped at 401.92 at the 400-meter mark. She in that between the 300 and the 400 of this race, she was on world record pace. She just slipped off, just to bring us where we're at.
So basically, she's just showing the field, I am Katie freaking Ledecky. So the second most amazing practice was her at Florida, and her and Bobby. This was a bathtub practice. It was short course. Her and Bobby Fink line up and do 3100s, right next to each other. Like she's in one lane, Bobby Fink, the reigning Olympic champion on the men's side in the 800 and 1500 meter freestyle, is right next to her. The first 15 are kind of like just pace or like descend. It's just kind of like getting into it, if you can believe that, for 15100s. The second 15 are best average, and the intervals are kind of like fluctuating between 115 and a minute. And this is yards, so sorry if you're international and don't really have a concept of what that means, but 15100s best average, they line up, and every single 100, Bobby Fink is going about 51s or 52s, and every single 100, Ledecky is at his hip. And my heart is beating as fast as theirs is, probably, because I'm like, oh my god, is Katie Ledecky about to beat Bobby Fink on these hundreds best average? And she didn't, but she was right there with him on every single 100, and it was the most exhilarating workout I've ever seen. Those are my Katie Ledecky stories. That's it. She flipped at the 600. She's completely dominating everyone.
Yeah, she's looks like she. I think she's going to finish in 808, 809.
That seems right.
For the gold.
For the gold.
For the gold.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't even need to go that fast. Who is that? So Isabel Goss of Germany is having a great swim out in lane 1. Titmus right now is battling Li Bingji for second. And it looks like Li Bingji's kind of coming back on Titmus. But Katie Ledecky's 20 meters ahead, 15 meters ahead.
Yeah, and
it's kind of hard to gauge.
So let's just get her split here and do a quick reminder. 7:08:23 at the 700 meter mark. So what was reported in between World Trials, U.S. World Trials, U.S. Nationals, and this meet. Ledecky was quoted as saying, "Yeah, I'm going to compete through LA 2028."
I don't know if she said I'm going to. She said like I would if I feel. She didn't say like definitively I'm doing that.
She's doing it.
I think she said like that would be cool, and it's something she would consider.
She's doing it.
You're just saying that for the new. You're just saying that to get people excited.
How much you want to bet? I'll make a bet with you. How much you want to bet? The Olympics are in Los Angeles. The '84 Olympic Games were iconic. It was one of the greatest Olympics of all time. It goes down in the records. It's like Beijing, 1984 Olympic Games, 1960 Rome Olympics. She's going to the Olympic Games. How much you want to bet? I'll make a bet with you, Coleman.
$50. I don't want to bet against Katie Ledecky, though. I don't want to say she's not doing it. 808, 87, 16th world title.
Because you would lose your bet to Mel Stewart's.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, a lot can happen in 5 years.
It's true. A lot can happen. I'm just saying I would win that bet.
I think you would, too. And I don't want to bet against the greatest swimmer of all time.
I think I'd say a lot can happen. But I feel like this could be a lock. I think she's got the 800 and the 1500 dialed in. And I think that I also believe that you gain endurance. You know, I think endurance athletes peak later in life if they stay consistent in training. And she's an athlete who does stay consistent. She's always building that aerobic base.
Yeah. I mean, so what Annie Laser said when she came on a few days ago is the thing that's amazed her about Katie the most is her drive and how she's been racing herself, especially in the 800 and 1500, for a decade. No one has been close to her in 10 years in those events. The 400 free, the world's caught up, but not in the 8 or the 15. And she's stayed motivated that whole time. And I'm not saying she won't stay motivated through 2028, but that's a hard thing to do, right? And it takes a very specific and unique mentality and kind of person. And I think Katie Ledecky is that. But it's like, let's just appreciate how hard it is to stay motivated for another 4 years after going through the pandemic, after going through the pandemic Olympics, after going through the shortened Olympic cycle. I think you will win the bet, Mel, but I'm just saying a lot can happen in 5 years.
Agreed. True. Yes, that's correct. But so that is the 16th individual world championship gold medal. She has just eclipsed Michael Phelps. That's really what's going on here. That's the story of the moment. And God, that is an extraordinary metric. We need to see that report on SwimSwam. I guess we're going to see it here in the next hour.
Li Bingji, 8:13:31 Asian record. Ariarne Titmus 8:13:59. I believe that ties her oceanic record. That's what one commenter is saying. But it's an oceanic record regardless. So I mean, hats off to them. They had great swims as well. Holy Ledecky.
But you maintain all those records, don't you?
8:13:50. Yes, I do. That doesn't mean I have every single one memorized.
But I mean, a lot of people just think that you're the head of production. You also maintain SwimSwam records.
I do. I am the controller of SwimSwam records. So if you ever see one that's wrong, email me and I'll fix it. But Katie Ledecky, wow. She was close to that championship record of 8:07:39, which was set in 2015 in Kazan. But 8:08:87, now she has the top 31 times of all time. Gee, that's so many top times. So many top times. I wonder if anyone's ever done that before. Has anyone ever had the top 30 times ever?
No. Yep. Ariarne Titmus, now the third fastest 800 freestyler, third fastest performer. That's pretty impressive.
Is Li Bingji number 2? Or is I guess she has to be. Yes. Wait. Oh, you're saying Ariarne was number 2, now she's number 3 because Li Bingji hopped her. Yeah. Well done, Lee. Well done, Katie Ledecky. You are our goat. Man.
She's got a big smile on her face. I'm watching the Peacock post-race interview.
As she should. I mean,
Did she just go back to right back to Gainesville, Florida, and then like jump right in now that she's set her full taper and get some more base in, or does she take off to Fiji and hang out with Michael and be like, "Hey,
she hangs out.
I'm the goat."
Yeah, they just have goat toasts. That's what I want to see.
That would be a good video. Just like they should be like SNL has the hosting club or for people who host the most. They should have the goat club.
I think they should. Yeah, I agree. I think it should be them. I think Sarah Sjostrom can join after breaking her own world record in the 50 free. There's a lot of great swims this meet. But yeah, I think Phelps and Ledecky should put out like a a comedy video of them just toasting each other for being the goats. That's what I want to see.
What would the blazer look like for the Goat Club?
I think it'd have to be some kind of like fur, right?
But just like cool, like up around the neck, looking real.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would want it to look like the mink coat that Ken had in the Barbie movie if I was getting to choose.
Got to wear
I
fake.
think that
Can't wear the real mink.
that
Fake
was
mink.
yeah, faux mink.
Faux mink. Faux mink. Faux mink. I'm down with faux minks. I think dudes should
down with
wear
faux
more
mink.
faux minks. Tiff has not gotten me a mink, and and I'm like, that feels like a great end of year holiday gift. Nice Christmas gift for the Melvin Stewarts. A faux mink.
I agree. I have like this. I have my faux fur coat that I wear that I break out during the winter months, and I got it at my high school's theater sale. Like my high school's theater department had it like a garage sale where they sold all their old costume stuff.
Yep.
And I got it for 25 cents. I paid $1.25 for it in high school, and I still have it. And every time I wear it, I get compliments on it.
Nice. We just the graphic they just put the graphic up on. Can you see it, or is it backwards?
I see it. I mean, it's backwards, but we see it.
Yeah.
Kato Ledecky is the greatest world champion of all time.
Why is it backwards? What up?
That's because you're backwards on the camera.
Okay. Sun Yang 11, Ryan Lochte 10, Katinka Hozu 9, Caleb Dressel 8, Aaron Pearsall 7. Wow, it's a really impressive list.
It's kind of amazing that Sun Yang has 11 world titles.
Yep.
Kind of amazing. Kaylee McEwen is getting her gold medal for the tuner backstroke after completing the trifecta. So we've seen 2 trifectas at this meet. Men's breaststroke and now women's backstroke. That is good for them. 50 to 200, that is not easy to do.
What's Reagan's fastest 200 back this year?
203.8, I think.
203.8, yeah. And so Braden had a really good point, and he's brought it up a few times. He's like, Team USA is not. It's not as if they're not performing. If a lot of our big stars, a lot of swimmers across the team, just swam their, right on their best times or right around their PB, we'd have a different medal outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about doing it at the right time. And so yeah, I thought that it's good. I mean, point. He's right.
He is right, but the same could be said for a lot of other swimmers. Kaylee McEwen didn't go any best times, but if she had, then well, she did in the 50 back, I guess.
But if you're trying to win the gold medal count,
you have to make as many excuses as possible.
Yes. well said.
Listen, I'm down with silver this year. I think silver's the best thing we can win this year.
I was going through the comments on the recap, and somebody was complaining about a commercial. They kept seeing the same commercial over and over and over. I've had a pretty good array of different commercials. The commercials haven't been too bad on Peacock. They've been pretty quick.
I mean, my volume's down, so I don't even care that much. But yeah, I'm getting a new eczema commercial. Haven't seen this one before. So that's neat.
There must be 50 drugs for eczema, It's like I see eczema drugs all the time.
Well, because no one has a cure for eczema. I mean, it's like there's so many things can cause a skin rash that it's like, well, try this. Well, try that. When really it's mostly like if you figure out your diet and you exercise regularly and you keep your stress levels down, It's probably going to go away.
Gotcha. What are you doing today after this session? After you get your duties done? Tiff and I are going to go to Blue Hole and go swimming tomorrow. We're going to go tomorrow.
Where's Blue Hole?
Blue Hole is in Wimberley. It's about 48 minutes from my house, and we're going to go. Yeah, it's a spring-fed swimming hole in Central Texas.
Blue Hole. That sounds super cool.
It is cool.
My friend and I are going to try to go to ABBA tonight for dinner.
Do you have reservations? Because you have to get a 3-month. You have to start out 3 months ahead of time to get a reservation. This
is what happened, is that my mom and I, my mom visited a few weeks ago. We went swimming we went to this like DJ pool party at like 2 p.m. at the W Hotel, which is right next to ABBA, which is this very nice Mediterranean restaurant in Austin. We went to this pool party for an hour, and then we went downstairs, and ABBA's right there, and we're like, oh, we're kind of hungry. Let's see if there's any availability. And they were like, we're not taking walk-ins right now, but you can go sit at the bar if you want. We're like, sure, we're down with the bar. We got served within 15. We got our food in 15 minutes. We got 5 dishes. We got their spicy lamb ragu, which comes with homemade hummus and pita bread that's exquisite. We got an ahi tuna and watermelon dish. We got 3 other things. We got green falafel, a whole bunch of stuff. We got it within 15 minutes. We ate our meal. It was fantastic. We were in and out in probably 45 minutes.
So eat at the bar.
Sitting at the bar.
Your point is go to the bar. All right, I'll take Tiff to the bar.
If you go to ABBA in Austin, go to the bar. And then we're going to an improv show that one of my classmates is performing in. That's what I'm doing today. In case you were curious, viewers.
All right.
We're just watching Rowdy and Dan Hicks talk right now. They're analyzing.
Yeah, they are analyzing. Couldn't they coordinate the colors of their shirts a little more?
Oh, look at this. We got Josh Davis in the house. What's up, Josh?
He's trying.
Oh no, we can't hear you. Oh, we can hear you now. Yeah.
No hearing? You can hear me. Yay.
We can hear you.
Mel, I've always wanted to go to the Blue Hole, and I haven't done it yet, so I'm really jealous. So do a lap for me.
That's how we got him on. Nice.
That's awesome.
Are you going to stay for the relay?
We have a shot in this relay.
Nah. This is all Australia. I think they're breaking their own world record.
Let me be on y'all's show. My sound's already going out.
It's all good. We love having you here, Josh.
Yeah. Well, look forward to seeing you guys in person.
This is so are you on for the relay? Or are you going to take off right now? You just call it and say you wanted to go to the Blue Hole.
Yeah, I want to try that Mediterranean restaurant too. That sounds amazing.
ABA. It's called ABBA. Oh, they're in the water. We're in the water.
Here we go.
Okay. Jack Alexi. That's Matt King.
Come on.
No, that's Jack Alexi leading off.
Is the man this meet? I think
Jack Alexi is out
for the team. You think this meet?
I mean, 2 silver medals in the sprint event. Holy crap, he's out 22-7, and he looks strong. He looks strong. He's getting caught a little here by Duncan, but ooh, 47.6. We'll take it.
47.68. We'll take that. That's a solid flat start.
All right, now we got Duncan Scott for Britain. We got Matt King for U.S. We got Kyle Chalmers for Australia. So look for Kyle to have a big back half. He's riding Matt's wave right now. But
So Matt King training down the road from me in Dallas.
Yeah, he's training with Coley Stickles. He's made that decision to take an Olympic red shirt and stick with Coley because this has been working for him. Matt King's doing a great job. I mean, Scott and Chalmers caught him a little, but he looks great.
I wonder what that's what we get that split.
God, I hate this angle though.
Yeah, I don't like that angle either.
So Britain, US, and Australia are neck and neck right now. With Britain in the lead currently. So in the water right now for Britain, it's Anna Hopkin, it's Kate Douglas for the US, and it's Shayna Jack for Australia. Aussies lead. Oh, so now Shayna has really opened the gap.
Oh, wow.
Kate and Anna are fighting for second, with I think Kate pulling ahead a little. What is this angle? Come on.
Oh, wow.
All right. So Shayna opened up a body length lead.
Oh, now we're witnessing the Aussie crush.
Another gold for Molly.
Yeah, another gold for Molly indeed.
Did Kate Campbell actually split
and another silver for USA?
Is Kate Campbell split a 50.8 or a 50.9? Wasn't there some crazy split that she did?
Yeah, I think she split 50 point before. So it's Molly for Australia, it's Abby Weitzel for the US, it's Freya Anderson for Britain, and it looks like they're going to be 1, 2, 3 in that order.
Molly, 3 gold, 3 world records.
Yeah.
For Molly.
Yeah. Well, the 5 golds, 5 world records for Molly now. They crushed that one. So with the 400 free relay, the 8 free relay, the 100 free, the 200 free, and now the mixed 4 free relay. 3:18.83 for Australia, new world record. Hats off to them. US is second at 3:20.8. Britain third at 3:21.6.
Wow.
Whoo!
That's cool.
Good for them.
All right, I got to get ready for practice. Love you guys. See you later.
All right. Thanks, Josh. See ya.
See you, buddy. Good to see you.
All right. What a way to end a session. 3 world records in this session. Great and we're seeing hugs all around. The Australians are hugging the Americans, are hugging the Brits, are hugging the Americans, are hugging the Australians. What a great thing. So Shayna was 51.7, Molly was 51.7. Dude, Dean Boxall is on one. He's gotta love that.
They need to do an insert video with him, in the corner with him dancing and gyrating and cheering.
So we've got splits up. Jack Cartwright was 48.1, Chalmers was 47.2, and then Shayna and Molly were both 51.7. For the US, Jack Alexi 47.6, Matt King 47.7, Abby Weitzel. So if we look at the start list, the US. Oh, I'm sorry, I just read it wrong. Yeah, so Weitzel was third, 52.9. Douglas fourth, 52.4. Richards for Britain was 47.8. Duncan Scott 47.4. Hopkin 53.3. Frey Anderson 53.0. I'm looking for any other standout splits. It looks like everything else was, pretty standard 48s and 53s, 54s on the women's side. So,
you know what it looks like to me? It looks like Australia could go faster because Shayna and Molly, we're looking at their splits 51.7, 51.7. Something tells me they could pop off a little faster.
I mean, I agree. Chalmers was 46.6 earlier
I
in the
mean,
meet.
yeah, they just
You know?
they swam for the win, and hey, we were going to break the world record. That was
Yeah, they've
It
got
feels
more
like
in
they
the
have a lot
tank.
more in the tank. They got a lot more in the tank.
But again, this is like the least important relay, and it's the like it is of the relays. This is the least important.
Okay, and
'Cause it's not an Olympic
context on
event.
that. You know, to us inside of swimming, we're sort of like, it's new, it's different, it's a little bit odd. It's the least important. If you go out into the world and beyond swim, and you say I'm a gold medalist, then no one says was in a relay. No one says was it a mixed medley or was it the medley? They don't care. A medal's a medal's a medal.
Well, I'm just saying that if you're putting if you're an athlete at world championships and you're
Mm-hmm.
putting mental stock into your events,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably going to put the least mental stock into this. But you know what? That's dumb because they just split 51.7s. Those are like, it's so fast. That is so ridiculously fast. We're sitting here saying they could probably go a little faster. 50 US would kill to have 151.7 on their relay.
True. I'm just saying. Here, listening to all of their splits, when they get to that, when they get back and talk to coach is gonna be like, you could be a little bit faster. You got a little bit more in the tank.
Not, dude. It's day 7 of the meet. It's their 5th. It's Molly's 5th gold medal. They're gonna be like, you just split 51.7. That's freaking fast.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. That's true. We're all excited. I feel good because I got a good night's rest.
And, we got medals.
Yeah.
13 golds for Australia.
13 goals for
4
Australia.
for the US. Dude, look at that medal table. They have the US in the lead because we do have 11 more medals than Australia, but we have 16 silver. And 11
I think
bronze.
that we have like 42 swimmers at the meet, and they have like 31 swimmers at the meet.
No, we have more than that.
But it's more. We brought a bigger squad than they did.
We have 48.
We brought a bigger squad.
Yeah, we always bring a bigger squad than everyone.
We got the budget.
We're the deepest team. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're the deepest team in the world. Boxel not as out there as Laurie Lawrence. You know who Laurie Lawrence is?
For anybody who's too young to understand Laurie Lawrence was like him, but much bigger, insane. Duncan Armstrong at the 1988 Olympics pulled off 2 upsets in the 400 meter free and the 200 meter. No, was it the 200 meter free? The 200 meter free, and then had a great 400 meter free. I might have those backwards, but his coach was Laurie Lawrence, and Laurie Lawrence took over the aquatic center, and I was always famous for being that way. But yeah, Laurie Lawrence is insane. This is not the first iconic Australian coach to like dance on the deck and be loud and be passionate.
Man, that's awesome. I feel like if a US coach did that, they would get like shamed. You know, they'd be like slap on the wrist.
Yeah,
like don't do that. And I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see more of that. I want a Dean Boxel.
Who would be the US coach? If we had a US coach, who could potentially be a Dean Boxel that would dance?
Braden Holloway. Braden Holloway gets very excitable.
Well, he need to grow a rat tail or something. You gotta have the right hair too.
Like gyrate or dance. Let's see. Braden's bald. Todd's bald.
No, they shave their head and then grow a beard, like, and do a point or like braid it, you know. And wear like one of those you know, like a funny helmet.
A funny helmet.
Yeah, helmet with horns.
I would love to see more personality on Team USA coaching. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, that's the short answer is that. All right.
Hold on. Sorry, one more coach thing. All I can remember is the University of Hawaii coach being crazy in 2001, and same with John Bitter from Vegas Gold. Do you have any comments on this, Mel?
Yeah,
who these
that's
people are?
correct. That's right. That's right. I remember that, but it's still not Lori. Lori Lawrence was we if you Google Lori Lawrence on YouTube and you'll see you might see some crazy videos of him. He was insane. Used to rip his knuckles down a wall to show his squad how to handle pain. There you go. That's some inside information. I really like. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's some 30 years ago stuff. Wow. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. We're off. What a session. 3 world records. Thank you for joining us. We will see you tomorrow for the last day of competition at these 2023 World Championships.